Welcome back, guys. We are back with another one. Today we are going to be going over a little bit of an interesting video and a little bit of different than what I typically go over on this channel. Even though I am still pretty small, I do want to make sure that I am diversifying what I'm doing, making sure I'm covering you know, different things, different topics, you know, from a young man's perspective still. So on today's video, we are going to be going over the situation that happened with Whoopi Goldberg. If you guys don't know, Whoopi Goldberg was actually suspended from The View for about 2 weeks, I believe they said, because some people felt like she made anti-Semitic comments, anti-Semitic as in like pretty much, I guess it would be considered discrimination towards Jewish people. And essentially what she said was that she didn't feel the Holocaust was about race. She felt like it was human beings being evil to another human being because Jewish people and the Nazis were both white. And I'll just say before we get into the video that she said, I personally don't feel like it was anti-Semitic. I know some Jewish people, and I think a lot of them are even kind of confused on if being Jewish is a religion or a race. So let's listen to what she had to say, and then we'll watch or read a article from a Jewish woman, kind of elaborating on what I just said there.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
It is.
No, it's about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy. It's about
but
going
it's
after
not. It's
Jews
not about
and
race.
gypsies
But these are two
Romans.
white groups of people.
Well,
How
they
do
were after black
But
people
you see
too.
them as white
And they were
But you're
after
missing the
homosexuals.
point. You're missing the point. The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other. So is it, if you're uncomfortable, if you hear about mouse, should you be worried? Should your child say, oh my God, I wonder if that's me? No, that's not what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, I don't wanna be like that. And a Tennessee school pulled the graphic novel Mouse out of their lessons on the Holocaust because it contained some nudity and some bad language. Personally, I'm shocked because, you know, given the story of Mouse, I'm surprised that that's what made you uncomfortable. The fact that there was some nudity and I mean, it's about the Holocaust, the killing of 6 million people, but that didn't bother you. Well, this is white people doing it to white people.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, y'all go fight amongst yourselves, but don't, you know.
Okay, as you just see, we just watched that clip, and she was actually removed for 2 weeks because of that, and it was just really interesting for me to see that. First of all, I want to first say, why is The View talking about the Holocaust at 11 o'clock? Like, shouldn't people want to start their day with something a little bit more joyous? You know, the Holocaust at 11, 12 o'clock. What time does it come on? Like 11, 12? Come on. What are y'all doing over there? What are y'all doing for one? Secondly, I just genuinely don't think that was anti-Semitic. She clearly had empathy for what was going on, and she was saying that it was an inhumane act done to other people. I see some people trying to get upset and trying to get her fired and everything, but it kind of confuses me, because at that point, even if she's wrong, are we at the point in this country that we are just going to go ahead and just you get up out of here? You said something that you were confused about and you have a lack of knowledge on, so we're going to cancel you instead of educating you. I would much rather have them brought somebody on who was Jewish, who could speak on behalf of a lot of Jewish people, even though I don't feel like one person can speak for a whole nation of people, but at least just the intricacies about that. And speaking about that, that is why I looked up this article. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of this article. So this article is by, I believe it was published by Christopher Polk, but essentially it was a woman essentially who was an educator saying Jews are just as confused about our race as Whoopi Goldberg. So let's just read a little bit. Like Nora Berman, I also felt that Whoopi Goldberg's Holocaust remarks were a teachable moment, but I'm a teacher, so to most moments are. 50 plus years as a Jewish educator have taught me hardly anyone, including many Jews, really understand anti-Semitism. We have long denied that we are a race, arguing that we don't want others to define us, and we bristle when someone references the Jewish race, but we get angry when told we are not victims of racism. That in itself, that whole paragraph right there shows me that even in the inner workings of the Jewish community, some of them don't want to be called the Jewish race, but then they also get upset when people say that you are not victims of racism, because when you think of most Jewish people, especially here in America, most of them are white. Even though there are Ethiopian Jews, there are black Jews, there are Jews from Morocco. Like, there are Jews from so many different countries that's why I think most people, especially African American people, we look at being a Jewish person as more of a religion, almost as equal to Christianity. When we hear a lot of Jewish people saying that they don't celebrate Christmas, we feel like that's for religious purposes, as it is. But to say that she is an anti-Semite because she's confused about how Jewish people view themselves, when even in the inner workings, as we see in this article right here, a lot of Jewish people are confused even within each other. I think we need to get to a point that we are willing to sit down and teach people who don't understand our blights, our insecurities, anything that upsets us as a people, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Jewish, whatever it may be. I think we need to get to a point that we are more willing to teach, especially if someone is willing to learn. Guys, I think that's all for this one. I personally just don't think that Whoopi Goldberg should be suspended. And another thing is, if you're gonna suspend her, if what she said was bad enough to get suspended, it should be bad enough to get fired. Because my thing is with The View and the TV station that has The View is, what's up with performative disciplinary acts? That is so confusing to me, because they clearly want to bring her back after 2 weeks. That tells me she didn't do something bad enough to get fired. So why suspend her anyway? To make a few people that were fussing about cancel culture, make them a little happy and make them forget about the situation? Man, oh man, I wish more people would think about that kind of stuff. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Don't forget to go follow me on Instagram, TikTok, that's just Jamar Anthony, and go check me out on twitch.tv, guys. That is SSJ Lando. And until next time, guys, peace. Ooh.